Good morning. My name is Frankie Jones, and it is January 29th, 2022. It's been a couple months since I made a video, so I figure while I was out catching an Amazon block, I'd go ahead and make one. This one's going to be for the business that I'm the owner. It's Fresh Beginnings Financial Services. So we offer things like financial planning, notary. We offer things like resume making, or even just editing a current resume that you have. We offer some tax advice. I haven't crossed the line of doing taxes besides my own, but I do know a little bit about it. And as I stated, again, it's Fresh Beginnings Financial Services. It's my own business. Me and my wife, we're the ones that tend to it. And we're small and we like it that way. That way we can give people the proper attention they deserve. So what I wanted to talk about today was, because it's the beginning of the year, everyone's starting something new so that they can try to continue throughout the year. And as parents, with one on the way, which is why I haven't been making videos recently, I have a little girl that's on the way in April, and hopefully she lands on my birthday, but we'll see. But there's nothing more important as parents than our children. So I just wanted to talk to everyone about planning for their children's future. So I'm going to touch on basically three main topics. The first one is just your basic savings account. I know a lot of people are like, you shouldn't do brick and mortar savings accounts. You really don't make any money. Well, we do use a credit union for our children's savings account, and they offer a pretty great rate. You may have to look around to find a good one. Ours offer 5% up to $500. So anything over the $500, we go ahead and move to a different account. But we keep that there so that minimum they get the 5% match up to $500, and then anything over that we just move over. And then I also like this bank because when it comes to our children's report cards, as long as they make A's, they'll get $1 for every A. So it may not seem like a lot of money, but if your child has 6 classes, they make 6 A's, that's $6 4 times a year. Our report cards come out about 4 times a year. So it's just an extra $6 you can throw into their account, and it'll just maximize the benefit of having that savings account for them. And also, if you don't know where to start, it's an easy place to start, and you don't have to worry about putting your money in the wrong place and being scared of losing it. Next, I also want to talk about a 529. So a 529 is a college savings plan. Now, I know you're sitting there saying, hey, well, what happens if my child does not go to college? Well, everyone doesn't go to college, and that's fine. It's a choice they have to make for themselves when they get older. With your influence, you can help them make the best choice that's best for them without trying to tell them what to do at the same time. So with that being said, the 529, you can put in money as much as you want. You can set it up as recurring from an account. Like when your check gets deposited, you can set up recurring from the 529 and it'll pull the money automatically. So you can set it and forget it. Or you can put money in as you want. So like, say they have a birthday and they get a couple $100s for their birthday and you want to put it up for them, you can just do a one-time contribution and you can just put in money that way. Whatever works for you, it's just a way of saving for their college. And then they also let you put in the type of risk you want to take with the account. So, you can be aggressive, or you could choose not to be. It's up to you. It depends on what you want to do. And then a lot of time it's based on the age of the child as well. You don't want to be too aggressive and you started the account late, because then you're taking too much risk, and you should just be trying to put up as much as you can for them, since they could be leaving the house in a short amount of time. So with that being said, if your child decides not to go to college and not use that account, what's great about it is that it's transferable. So you can move it from one child to another child, and it doesn't even have to be your kids. You can transfer it to like a nephew or something like that. That way you don't get the penalties of pulling it out, because you do also have the option of pulling that money out, but you will be penalized for that because it's not being used for what it was set aside to be used for. So just keep that in mind. You do have options when it comes to that, but it's also giving your child an option as well, knowing that they have money to go to college and they can make that decision. And then lastly, I wanted to talk about an investment account. So We chose Fidelity, and it works out for us. I'm not being paid to name drop or anything. You can just shop around and find the one that's best for you. And you can have the, you will be the overseer of the account, but it will still be linked to their social and their names and everything and their date of births. And what it does is that way you can invest money for them, just like you should be investing for yourself as well. And what happens is, so the money we usually put in there is, as I was stating, they have a savings account, and anything over that 500 I move. I usually move it to their Fidelity investment accounts, and me and my wife, we control the accounts. So, we never pull money out of those accounts. But with that being said, you always put money in there. And again, you don't have to max out all of these accounts. Don't worry about that. The point is to get your foot into the door so that you can start, and then you can make goals, and then you can start doing better every single year, so that when the time comes for your kids to go off to college or move out or do whatever they're going to do, they're not leaving with nothing. They're not just going with a job and then going to get $200,000 in student loans, because, it feels like you are setting them up for some turmoil that they don't have to deal with. So with that being said, I do recommend the investment accounts. I do recommend getting them a 529. And then I also recommend a savings account. You don't have to do that if you don't want. It's just what we chose to do. And we may change our minds later. That's the best part. You can always change your mind later. Just do what works for you and do something, because like I stated, as a parent, your children's future is the most important thing for you to focus on, and for them, because you want to feel like you did right by them and you set them up to succeed. So I'm just stating, do something. You don't have to do all three. You can just pick one. You may not be able to afford all three, and that's fine as well. But just do something. And again, as a bonus, I want to throw this in at the end. Our time is limited here on Earth. We don't know how long we're going to be here. So make sure you leave your children with some type of assets instead of debt. So I recommend life insurance. Life insurance does not cost that much. Again, there's no name dropping. I use AIG. You can use whoever you want to use. If you eat out every week, that's how much it basically costs. So, go and get you something that's like 3 times your income. I think that's usually what's recommended. And then it's not going to cost that much, especially if you're relatively healthy. Just get it, keep it. And then that way you can leave them with an asset instead of a liability, which means you can leave them with something in the positive instead of the negative, which would be the debt. And if you don't want to do the life insurance and that's just not you, that's fine. Again, I do recommend it. I get term life insurance. I don't do whole life insurance. Again, that's just a personal choice. And some people just want to buy assets, and that's what they want to leave to their children. I say as long as you're leaving your children in the black instead of the red, then you're doing the right thing. You're doing right by them. Just make sure you plan for that future and also plan for the unexpected. Again, my name is Frankie Jones. I'm the owner of Fresh Beginning Financial Services with my wife, Ebony. And thank you for tuning in. And sorry I haven't done a video in a while, but I'm trying to get it on track. Trust me, I am. Thank you. Like and subscribe.